little bit of an update. I've been sick the past couple weeks. My condition has been off the charts, and I'm now actually having to have some oral surgery in order to finish up my Invisaligns. So, I'm feeling better today. I've gotten some pain meds and some antibiotics, and I'm feeling a lot better than I have in the past week. But during that time, New World Devs have actually given us some updates, and I've seen them, but I haven't seen every update that they have posted due to being sick. So, we're going to go ahead and take a look at all of the updates that they have given us. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see if we can see how creative the devs are being during this time that we are not able to play. So apparently this dev is cutting out, I think, a Angry Earth armor. Oh. Wow. Okay. It is definitely taking some shape. Okay. Okay. I can see that. Man, how can they be so creative on all this stuff? Jesus. Well, we don't have to wait a week in order to see the further of the progress. So, let's go ahead.
Charge complete.
Thank you, headphones. Oops. So, gather around for the Tales of Aeternum. So, they did also do a new series for Aeternum during the time that we are not able to play New World. So this new series will cover the NPC families you will encounter. So let's go ahead and listen to Marsh Walker, a Frobby, recants her experience with the Angry Earth. The Angry Earth. I remember my experience with the Angry Earth, and it was not that great.
You wish to know more of the Angry Earth? If it will keep you alive a while longer, I, Marsh Walker Afolabi, will be happy to enlighten you.
Afolabi. I was going to butcher your name anyway. Someone said it was a little bit too loud. Okay. The Angry Earth.
Aeternum has always been a place of great natural beauty. But, as I'm sure you've discovered, the land itself can resist you. It's as though nature is trying to prevent you from taking advantage of its bounty. The Angry Earth are physical manifestations of that resistance to wayfarers like yourself. Some believe that the land itself felt the corruption sweeping through Aeternum and decided to fight back. Others say that the Angry Earth are as old as Aeternum itself and have protected this land long before anyone set foot here. These creatures have always fascinated me. They occupy a special place in the natural order of the island. When angered, their purpose becomes clear. They're protectors of the land and take their roles rather seriously. Should you arouse their ire, well, perhaps you deserve their retribution. A blight is steadily corrupting their kind, and some of the Angry Earth have succumbed to its influence. I have heard from the rangers of Eden Grove that these blighted creatures are even more dangerous than usual. More often than not, you'll find the angry earth in their elemental form. When the angry earth take on a humanoid form, we call them dryads. I do not know why they have chosen this form. What I do know is that they're incredibly intelligent, very aggressive, and willing to fight anything that threatens Aeternum. That includes you, of course. You'll rarely find a dryad on their own. They like to work together to overwhelm and utterly destroy their enemies. A brilliant tactic they excel at. You'd be wise not to walk through their territory alone, unless you have some brave companions. I have heard stories that Eden Grove is something of a birthing place for them. They say creatures spawn from within the gnarled, twisted trees and plants of what people call the Garden of Genesis, though the blight in the region affects the angry Earth's life cycle. Reekwater, however, is more of a grave for the angry Earth. I have seen them travel to the eternal pool to merge once more with the land we walk on, dispersing their life force into the flora and fauna as they do so. In some ways, I feel a strange connection to the angry Earth. I sympathize with them. They simply wish to protect this land from outside threats. And us, humans, most certainly are a threat. If we are to survive in Aeternum, we must learn to live alongside those who wish to protect it. After all, there are darker forces at work in these lands than the angry Earth. But those tales are for another time. For now,
no.
I must return to my duties in the Reekwater marshes. Farewell, Wayfarer, and may fortune travel with you.
She gave us a lot of actual insight into what is actually going on in Reekwater. I wasn't thinking that she was talking about Reekwater. I was thinking she was talking about Eden Grove the whole time. But Reekwater is where the angry Earth goes. But why is it Reekwater and why does it smell so bad? We're going to go back through this. Because I was trying not to talk during the whole thing. So. Let's see what she exactly had to say. If I can.
You wish to know more of the angry Earth? If it will keep you alive a while longer, I, Marsh Walker Afolabi, will be happy to enlighten you. Aeternum has always been a place of great natural beauty. But, as I'm sure you've discovered, the land...
It is of great natural beauty. But there's also a dark place. And I think she was hinting at that. Is that there is a dark place on Aeternum.
Itself can resist you. It's as though nature is trying to prevent you from taking advantage of its bounty.
We know that. I got my butt kicked and smashed and thrown by these stupid angry earth people. The wolves, the dryads, the soldiers, whatever you want to call them. I got beaten, battered, and bruised. But I was by myself.
The angry Earth are physical manifestations of that resistance to wayfarers like yourself.
You don't say. You don't say that they are physical manifestations of the resistance. Why do they hate us so much? We're just trying to help them. to alleviate the corrupted. But is the corrupted actually manifested deep down inside of the angry earth? That's my theory. The angry earth are the sole purpose of the corrupted.
Some believe that the land itself felt the corruption sweeping through Aeternum and decided to fight back.
Decided to fight back? Don't you think that the land itself felt as if the corruption was sweeping through because they are part of this corruption? The reasoning behind it is because they, the angry earth, are the reason for this corruption. What makes plants be able to fight against physical manifestations of humans? We're just trying to help them. We don't speak their same language, but they don't understand. They're fighting against us thinking that we brought the corruption.
Others say that the angry earth are as old as Aeternum itself.
I do believe that the angry earth are as old as Aeternum itself, because they were the ones that first inhabited Aeternum. Without the angry earth, you would not have Aeternum. You would not have an island found somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Some mystic place that people want to visit. It is a thing. The angry earth is Aeternum. Sorry, guys. So, with it being the manifestation of itself, the angry earth being a manifestation of Aeternum itself, then the corruption has to be able to spell somewhere down deep in the angry earth. It doesn't just boop, pop in and say, hey, I'm going to take over your land.
And have protected this land long before anyone set foot here. These creatures...
Long before anyone else set foot here. Well, yeah, they did exist long before anyone set foot on Aeternum because they were part of Aeternum. They are part of what makes Aeternum so pretty, so mystic, so captivating to people to want to go there and travel and see it. It is also what makes Aeternum so mysterious. Did it ever used to be an island out in the middle of anywhere? Or did it just happen to pop up and someone find it, not be able to come back from it, and then send other ships to go and find them? To go and find Aeternum. Then the circle of life continues. Oops. Oh. I'm sorry, guys.
have protected this land long before anyone set foot here. These creatures have always fascinated me.
Yes, they have always fascinated me. How can a creature be born from the island and be so plant-based, but yet so animated? An animal of plants. But what makes them so angry? What makes them an angry Earth? Besides trying to get rid of everybody that is on the island.
They occupy a special place in the natural order of the island.
They occupy a special place in the natural order of the island. Yes, they do, because they were the original inhabitants. They was what made Aeternum. That's my theory, guys. They are the reason that Aeternum's there. They are the reason that every single person washes up on Aeternum. They are the reason behind the storm that surges, that misplaces your ship, and you are the only survivor. But why did some of them become corrupted?
When angered, their purpose becomes clear.
When angered, their purpose becomes clear. Do they become angry and then in turn into the corrupted? Are they so angry that they want everyone to leave that they change forms into the corrupted? Or is the corrupted deep down inside of them?
They're protectors of the land and take their roles rather seriously.
I will say they do take their roles rather seriously because I have been mangled by them mercifully during beta. And I only saw them at the very last portion of beta. But they are so awesome looking.
Should you arouse their ire, well, perhaps you deserve their retribution.
You deserve the retribution if you arouse their ire. If you arouse, if you go and seek what they are seeking, oh, it's on.
A blight is steadily corrupting their kind, and some of the angry earth have succumbed to its influence.
Oh, we know about the blight. The blight is not only affecting angry earth, it's also affecting the withered. The withered are the farmers that originated in the island. My theory is that they went to these parts of the angry earth, gathered the crops there, and ate them, and became the withered, and became what is known as this blight. The blight is what angry earth is trying to prevent from spreading in Aeternum. The blight is something they are trying to dispel.
I have heard from the rangers of Eden Grove that these blighted creatures are even more
Thank you
dangerous.
so much for the follow for gatherers. Thank you so much. So, the Rangers of Eden Grove have told this, I guess, ranger in Reekwater that the blighted creatures are even more dangerous than the normal ones. What makes them so much dangerous? Is it because of the blight, or is it because they are trying to fight back?
Than usual. More often than not, you'll find the angry earth in their elemental form.
Their elemental form is so awesome. I love the deer, I love the wolves, I love the bears. I actually was able to go and see a bear, but, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but guys who was watching my beta found out what happened. If you were not able to catch any of my beta, it is now on. It is being scheduled on my YouTube up until when release date is. So just keep a lookout for that.
When the angry earth take on a humanoid form, we call them dryads. I do not know why they have chosen this form.
You don't know why, or you don't want to tell us why? I think you don't want to tell us why they took on a humanoid form to be able to fight back against the adventurers that seek Aeternum.
What I do know is that they're incredibly intelligent, very aggressive, and willing to fight anything that threatens Aeternum.
Oh, we know that. We know that very well. They are very intelligent, they are very aggressive, and they are willing to fight back anything. Even if you barely go into their territory, they are willing to fight back.
That includes you, of course. You'll rarely find a dryad on their own. They like to work together to overwhelm and utterly destroy their enemies.
Yeah, we know. There's like 20 of them. You only see 4. They've got more. They're hiding in the bushes. No, they are the bushes. That's what it is. They're the bushes. They're the trees. They are in their elemental form.
A brilliant tactic they excel at.
They do. They excel at it very, very well. They excel at it very, very well. And I've been caught by a couple.
You'd be wise not to walk through their territory alone, unless you have some brave companions.
Or you're stupid. Or you're stupid and naive just like I was, and just happen to be in their area, walking through, and then all of a sudden, wha-bam, they find you, they hunt you down.
I have heard stories that Eden Grove is something of a birthing place for them.
So they originate from Eden Grove. So if they originate from Eden Grove, and I'm trying to think of the map. Eden Grove is towards the top of Aeternum, I believe. Then you have Reekwater to the east. Then you have... No. Eden Grove is not in the north. It's to the west, I believe. I don't know. I don't know my map.
They say creatures spawn from within the gnarled, twisted trees and plants of what people call the Garden of Genesis, though the blight in the region affects the angry Earth's life cycle.
They spawn from within the gnarled, twisted trees and plants of what people call the Garden of Genesis. That happens to be one of 5 current expeditions. 5 dungeons that New World has. What you would consider an end game dungeon. Though the blight in the region affects the angry Earth's life cycle, where did that blight come from? Is everything because of Isabella? We don't hear from her much anymore. She's up in, I guess, a Shattered Mountain. Was she the reason that there is a blight? Or was the blight originally in the land of Aeternum?
Reekwater, however, is more of a grave for the angry Earth.
So Reekwater is where the angry Earth goes to die. Got it. That's what you're pretty much telling me, Ranger, is that Reekwater is where they're going to die. So I will not go over to Reekwater unless I really, really want to, because they are probably at that point not very strong.
I have seen them travel to the eternal pool to merge once more with the land we walk on.
The Eternal Pool. So is that the revitalization that the Angry Earth goes to be able to respawn back into Aeternum? I think so. It is a very, very nice place. Very blighty, though.
Dispersing their life force into the flora and fauna as they do so.
Sounds like it.
In some ways, I feel a strange connection to the Angry Earth. I sympathize with them.
You sympathize with them? Are you one of them? If you sympathize with the Angry Earth fighting against the adventurers, are you not trying to help us?
Simply wish to protect this land from outside threats.
We're trying to help them too! We're trying to defeat the corrupted in Aeternum. That is the reasoning behind us being there. Besides trying to find what is and what was the reasoning that Captain Thorpe sent us to Aeternum.
And us humans most certainly are a threat.
I can see that. We're outsiders. We're coming into their we're coming in to their land, disrupting, cutting down trees, cutting down their family. I can see that.
If we are to survive in Aeternum, we must learn to live alongside those who wish to protect it.
But what if one of those wolves comes by and murders you at your campsite? What happens about that? I mean, I tried to live alongside them before, and they said no. They said, you ain't sitting here.
After all, there are darker forces at work in these lands than the Angry Earth.
I think we've realized that. There's someone called Isabella. There's something going on with her and the corrupted and the Angry Earth. Did the Angry Earth used to be part of her family before she became corrupted?
But those tales are for another time.
Oh, no, 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 no. You are not going to tell us no more tales today. You are going to send us over to William Heron to let us know about these ancients. That's what you're going to do.
For now, I must return to my duties in the Reekwater marshes.
Well, have a good day. It was nice meeting you. And I hope those marshes are wet for you.
Farewell, Wayfarer, and may fortune travel with you.
Yes, it will. So let's go ahead and see part 2 of this Angry Earth cosplay, I believe. Speedrun. Oh, wow. Someone has so much time on their hands. Wow. Ooh, that's cool. Black and then white? And then paint it gray. Brown. Sorry. I don't know my colors. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, we don't have to wait till next week because we are here. So, I think that's their staff. Cool. That's cool. So it's really interesting to be able to see the angry Earths. Um, I mean, I know this is like a physical model compared to a virtual model that you would see in the actual game, but to be able to see it to scale, to be able to see how big those thorns and how big those branches and vines are on the actual um, characters. And lastly, we are heading back to Aeternum to go and speak with William Heron. Oh, William, we did so many I want to say journeys, but you never went with us. We did so many tasks for you, and yet you didn't give me a good weapon. I still hold that grudge against you, William. But let's see what your enthusiasm is as far as the ancients.
My name is William Heron, astronomer, historian, and seeker of truth. Since first arriving on Aeternum, my fascination has been this mysterious land and the various people who have at one point or another ruled over it. The ruins that cover this island are clear evidence of an ancient race who built a magnificent civilization that existed long before any humans set foot upon these shores. Where they came from, I have yet to discover. The ancients harnessed the power of Azoth, using it to perform their miracles and extend their lives. But perhaps the use of this great power came at a catastrophic price. There are clues within the ruins of a terrible conflict having taken place at some point during the reign of the ancients. I believe that the guardians that roam these lands and protect the sacred sites of the ancients were the foot soldiers in this conflict. Since corruption infests many parts of Aeternum, I conclude that the ancients did not emerge victorious. Further, since the ancients have disappeared, I am left to wonder if they survived at all. Today, we only know the ancients by the things they left behind. Monuments to their lost culture can be found across all of Aeternum, sparking fascination in scholars. Less welcome are the legions of formidable guardians that still maintain their vigil. Guardians exist in perpetual servitude to their lost masters. Adorned with ancient armor and wielding deadly weapons, they defend the ruins, temples, and monuments the ancients left behind. While they may appear to be soulless members of the lost, these magical warriors are actually much more deadly, relentlessly defending their masters' secrets even though their masters are long gone. Appearing as living skeletons, guardians stoically patrol important ancient sites, responding to any perceived threat with ceaseless violence. These warriors will not tire nor rest. The only way to stop them is to destroy the pulsing stone sphere housed within their chest. This nucleus of Azoth acts as the Guardian's heart. Destroy it, and you will destroy the Guardian. In my studies, I have pinpointed certain sites where ancient Guardians are known to appear. I have not found a definitive pattern for all locations they patrol, except to say that they inevitably appear in any location that was deemed of importance to the ancients. One such place is Reekwater. This boggy swamp is said to be the original birthplace of the Guardians, where the ancients first transformed humans into their restless soldiers through unnatural rituals performed within the pool of eternity. It is said that those who delve into the Lazarus Well expedition will come face to face with one of the most fearsome guardians that ever existed. Little is known about this creature, as few have survived encounters with it. Another mysterious monument lies in the plains of Mourningdale. Here you can find one of the most well-preserved ancient temples in all of Aeternum, lying untouched among the ruins of a city. What secrets could lie inside? I could only hope that I can uncover the secrets myself. In the heart of Aeternum, you will find the lush land of Everfall and the shattered obelisk, a perplexing relic of the ancients' civilization. Some believe this mysterious artifact holds the secret to the ancients' technology and the purpose of the many towers scattered across the region. Be on your guard when exploring this location, for it is known to be well defended. There is still so much we don't know about the ancients. Where did they come from? How did they build the awesome structures that can be found across Aeternum? And will they return to reclaim their land? It is up to you to find out.
Oh, William, that was nothing of what I had to do for you in all the tasks you sent me. Where did this come from? You sent me to every single monument. The shattered obelisk. You sent me to go and defeat each and every guardian, each and every ancient, from Everfall down to First Light and back. But where did all this other stuff come from? Were you just, oh, I thought about this today? William, you are definitely a truth seeker.
My name is William Heron, astronomer, historian, and seeker of truth. Since first arriving on Aeternum, my fascination has been this mysterious land and the various people who have at one point or another ruled over it.
So, when did you first arrive on Aeternum? That's what I'm not understanding. I understand, the fascination of the mysterious land because everybody has that same fascination of the mysterious land. Captain Thorpe, our captain, had that mysterious fascination with this land. What is bringing people to this mysterious land? That is what we need to find out. That is the reason that there is an Aeternum. And apparently people have ruled over it? That's new to us.
The ruins that cover this island are clear evidence of an ancient race who built a magnificent civilization that existed long before any human set foot upon these shores.
Any human? So, you're cascading off of the person from Reekwater that these aren't human? There was nothing human on Aeternum? Is that what you're telling us? Because clearly, if there is writing in Aeternum, and I found many, many journal entries, someone had to write it. Or was it something? Was it that thing that is pulling people to this mysterious island?
Where they came from, I have yet to discover.
Well, if you have yet to discover, then we don't know either. But what are they? I mean, there are ancients. They're in Aeternum. Are they not people? Are they not skeletons of people that inhabited Aeternum? Maybe they're adventurers that fell victim to, I don't know, spirits? Yeah, we'll just go with spirits in Aeternum that have became part of ancients because they were found in the ruins.
The ancients harnessed the power of Azoth, using it to perform their miracles and extend their lives.
Using it to perform miracles and extend lives. That was the reasoning behind Azoth, or what I like to call Azoth. I've been using it for time travel, but I didn't know that it could perform miracles and extend my life. That's making me rethink using my Azoth to travel all over Aeternum. I find that funny. Because what miracle is it going to help me with?
But perhaps the use of this great power came at a catastrophic price.
A catastrophic price? You say if we use it, there's a catastrophic price to using this power? No. Go on, tell us more.
There are clues within the ruins of a terrible conflict having taken place at some point during the reign of the ancients.
Yeah, we find that. It's something called ancient writings. You know, those little journal entries that you told me to go and get. Those little expedition notes you were asking for that weren't expeditions. Those little tales you were telling me to go to every single monument, every single ancient ruin from Everfall down to First Light and back. What did you gather from that? Because I gathered a whole lot of information.
I believe that the guardians that roam these lands and protect the sacred sites of the ancients were the foot soldiers in this conflict.
Okay, that's a good theory. That the actual guardians are the foot soldiers of the conflict. Hey! The actual guardians were the foot soldiers. Who were they fighting against? Were they fighting against the corrupted? Were they fighting against the angry earth that inhabited well before mankind and somehow made these ruins? I don't know. What made these ruins?
Since corruption infests many parts of Aeternum, I conclude that the ancients did not emerge victorious.
The ancients did not. Oh, I am actually going through all of these updates since I have been out. So we are going over the Tales of Aeternum. This is the second part. This is about the ancients. I just did the one about the Angry Earth. Apparently, the Angry Earth is the first inhabitants of Aeternum. So the corruption infests many parts of Aeternum. Well, yeah, we know. The corruption is the little red guys that turn into a pool of black and give you a hard time. that William concluded that the ancients did not emerge victorious from. So, in turn, did these ancients have to pay a price to the corruption? Did these ancients have to um, pay, quote unquote, the ultimate price to be able to still be here through Aeternum.
Further, since the ancients have disappeared, I am left to wonder if they survived at all.
Wait a minute. You're telling us now that they have disappeared. But you said that they didn't fall. They were not very victorious, but they disappeared now? Or is this a theory that William is just going on about, like he does along with Giannis? Oh, Giannis. All the tales you will tell us of a Soul Warden. Are the original Soul Wardens the Ancients? I think they are. 'Cause William doesn't know anything about Giannis. Thank you, Chris.
Today, we only know the ancients by the things they left behind.
Yeah. Same thing in our generation. We only know the ancients, those of the Egyptians, from the things that they left behind. The actual pyramids, the statues. That's all that we know about them. Is that something that Aeternum has, in theory, parallel with?
Monuments to their lost culture can be found across all of Aeternum, sparking fascination in scholars.
You don't say. Monuments. Monuments that you made me go to go and defeat the ancients there. But now you're telling me they're not the ancients. Well, who are those people? Who are those people that I had to go and get rid of in order to go and get your journals and bring them back to you, and you say, I need you to go over to this other area. I mean, come on, William. Give us a break. Monuments to the lost culture that can be found across all of Aeternum. Yeah, we get it. There are thousands of monuments all across of Aeternum of these ancients. And they are sparking the fascination of scholars. They're sparking your fascination is what they're sparking, William.
Less welcome are the legions of formidable guardians that still maintain their vigil.
Okay, now you're talking about the formidable guardians that are still maintaining the visual of all these ancient sparkings. Oh, you can't hear William? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. So...
Guardians exist in perpetual servitude to their lost masters. Adorned with ancient armor and wielding deadly weapons, they defend the ruins, temples, and monuments the ancients left behind.
So, William, now you're telling me that there are ancients. That's what we are defeating every single time that we go to these monuments, are the ancients. They do have, nice armor, and they are actually dealing with a lot of deadly weapons. Very, very nice deadly weapons.
While they may appear to be soulless members of the lost, these magical warriors are actually much more deadly, relentlessly defending their masters' secrets even though their masters are long gone.
So... yeah, we know they're more deadlier than anything. And who are they... hey, who are they defending as their masters? Are they defending their masters as Isabella? Is everything turning in to the reasoning behind this? Is Isabella... Do you have a launch team for New World? So, launch date is actually going to be September the 28th for New World. I already do have a company that I'm a part of. I'm part of the Hellfire Coalition. So, some of you guys met them if y'all were on my beta. I had some of them actually come in during my beta streaming. So, these masters that William is talking about, the Masters' Secrets, are these masters actually integrated somehow with Isabella? Because he first says that, they're soulless members of the Lost. Yeah, every ancient is part of the Lost. There are different categories of mobs in New World. There are the Lost. There are the Withered. There is the Angry Earth. There's the Phantoms. And then you have also the expedition bosses and everything, which we'll get to here in a few minutes.
Appearing as living skeletons, Guardians stoically patrol important ancient sites, responding to any perceived threat with ceaseless violence.
Yeah, ceaseless violence. Yes.
These warriors will not tire nor rest.
Nor fall victim to you. They will relive forever and ever in Aeternum.
Only way to stop them is to destroy the pulsing stone sphere housed within their chest.
Hey, if you ever have to deal with an ancient, the only way to destroy them is with a spear to the chest. That was something that I did not level up, was my spear. Good to know.
This nucleus of Azoth acts as the Guardian's heart. Destroy it, and you will destroy the Guardian.
Got it.
In my studies, I have pinpointed certain sites where ancient Guardians are known to appear.
So, in your studies, you mean all the times that I had to go out and get journal entries and go to all these monuments and destroy all the mobs and destroy all the ancients? You have pinpointed certain sites where the ancients are known to appear. Yeah, I think you have.
I have not found a definitive pattern for all locations they patrol, except to say that they inevitably appear in any location that was deemed of importance to the ancients.
So there is no definitive pattern for the locations of the patrol for the ancients. Except that they inevitably appear in any location that was deemed of importance to those ancients. So you're telling me that they appear whenever they want to appear and wherever they want to appear, just as long as it has to deal with something with the ancients. Got it.
One such place is Reekwater.
Reekwater? Hold up. How is ancients dealing with Reekwater?
This boggy swamp is said to be the original birthplace of the Guardians, where the ancients first transformed humans into their restless soldiers through unnatural rituals performed within the pool of eternity.
So that's where all these soldiers, these quote-unquote guardians, are coming from. They are coming from Reekwater, the original birthplace of the Guardians, where the ancients transformed humans into their restless the soldiers through an unnatural ritual performance within the pool of eternity. So all the people that was on my ship, all the people that was on previous ships, were sent to the pool of eternity in Reekwater and born again into the soldiers that we defeat as the ancients. That's where everybody's going. That is why there is no death in New World.
It is said that those who delve into the Lazarus Well expedition will come face to face with one of the most fearsome guardians that ever existed.
Great.
Little is known about this creature, as few have survived encounters with it.
As I have yet to experience them, and they don't look like something that I would really want to deal with right now.
Another mysterious monument lies in the plains of Morningdale.
Morningdale, where it rains all the time. Got it.
Here you can find one of the most well-preserved ancient temples in all of Aeternum, lying untouched among the ruins of a city.
Untouched, you say?
What secrets could lie inside? I could only hope that I can uncover the secrets myself.
Or do you mean sending me as a adventurer to go and find that secret for you? I really think it's the second part. He's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, I need you to go to this place now.
In the heart of Aeternum, you will find the lush land of Everfall and the shattered obelisk, a perplexing relic of the ancients' civilization.
Yes, we know of Everfall. We've been through Everfall, we've been through Windsward, we've been through First Light, and we've been through Monarch Bluff so many times. And yes, we went to the Shattered Obelisk, where there were thousands of ancients.
Some believe this mysterious artifact holds the secret to the ancients' technology and the purpose of the many towers scattered across the region.
Okay, so now you're calling them towers. First they were monuments, then they're ruins, now they're towers. Got it. So... But deep inside of the Shattered Obelisk holds the mysterious artifact to the secret of the ancients' technology. What exactly is that artifact, and how do I get it? I think it's an expedition.
Be on your guard when exploring this location, for it is known to be well defended.
You don't say. I think I've already said there would have been thousands of ancients.
There is still so much we don't know about the ancients.
There's so much we don't know about the Egyptians. There's so much we don't know about the Angry Earth. And there's so much we don't know about Isabella. William.
Where did they come from?
They came from Aeternum. You just said it yourself. They came from Aeternum.
How did they build the awesome structures that can be found across Aeternum?
Well, I don't know. How did the Egyptians build the pyramids? People? And you just said Reekwater was the birthplace of the ancients, and they turned humans into their soulless soldiers. So, baby? I don't know, William.
And will they return to reclaim their land?
Of course, everything returns to reclaim their land. Everything doesn't like us.
It is up to you to find out.
Of course. Thank you, William. Of course, it is up to us to find out. So, of course, William, it is up to us to find out because you send us every single time. You send us every single time to every single location, whether it be a tower, a monument, a ruin, an area where ancients are found. You send us everywhere. But William, what actually do you do? That is the question. So, I've been scouring a lot of New World's Twitter, and there has been some tale of another territory. A dry territory. I think it's going to be a desert. But what will you find in the desert is the question. But I know they have been very close case on a lot of things, and I do appreciate that. But I am looking forward to New World and the dev team over at New World, along with Scott. I want to say thank you to them for giving us little bits and pieces of, the NPCs found in New World. We did meet William Heron, and personally, he was exhausting. He was. I never got to meet the other person from Reekwater, cause Reekwater again game. So hopefully this next time, whenever New World does come out, I will be able to go over to Reekwater. But that is everything today for New World. So it was just a matter of going and touring the Tales of New World, along with what the devs have been up to since beta was closed and a new launch date was announced, which is September the 28th, guys. So if you are interested, please go to their website, newworld.com, and go and pre-order your game. You can pre-order up to the day of release. Now, there has not been any talk about any beta again, so when launch date comes on September 28th, just remember that you will be able to play, and there might be some new environments, new characters, a lot of new stuff that we look forward to seeing, and hopefully the devs will be able to give us a little bit more feeding throughout the weeks that we are waiting for it to be released. But everybody, have a great day, have a great night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!